Hi, it's Sally-Shakti, and this is a new moon journaling practice for the new moon in Aquarius on January 21st, 2023. And the energies around this new moon are ripe and ready for transformation and for moving forward in ways that perhaps you've been feeling stuck or ready to move, and yet that momentum hasn't been there. We have had both Mars and Mercury retrograde. We've also been in a period of the planet Uranus retrograde. Mars has gone direct in the sign of Gemini on the 12th of January. And Mercury has just also gone direct in Capricorn on the 18th. And as we move through the energies of this new moon, on the 22nd of January, Uranus will go direct. So that then brings us to an energetic momentum of forward motion where all planets will be direct until April of this year. So we have a period of time when these energies can start to move forward. But still in this dreaming time, this slumber time in the Northern Hemisphere, these January energies that are still below the surface, still in the dreaming phase of the cycle. We're slow moving out of this retrograde period. We may feel and notice some areas in our lives that are already showing signs of moving forward and real momentum. I just, on the day after Mercury went direct, got myself a car and started driving again for the first time in many years. I hadn't driven, I hadn't had a car. And that energy is one that has been building and been preparing for. And then suddenly it was the right thing to do and the right time to do it. And you might notice some aspects and areas in your life where suddenly something comes together that you've been kind of waiting for or preparing for or thinking about and dreaming about for a long time, and it's suddenly here, it's suddenly happening. You may also feel a sense of where things are still not quite clear. We're just coming out of an astrological period where of really strong completion and releasing and endings. As Venus has moved into Aquarius recently, we have had an opportunity to really feel through Venus's interaction with some of the other outer planets and other astrological bodies. We've had a real opportunity in this last week to really feel and notice what we're really complete with, what no longer we feel aligned with, what we no longer have energy for, what just isn't right for us anymore. And maybe you might have an experience of something that you thought you were going towards or moving towards, and when you got there, you realized you absolutely are complete with this energy or this phase of your life or this way of showing up, this particular connection with something or someone or some people that is no longer in energetic alignment for you. And as that ending and that completion falls away, as you step into a greater sense of your own self-worth and self-validation and what is really true for you and right for you going forward, it may not yet be completely clear what you're moving into. You may have that clarity of what you're stepping away from and knowing that you're moving forward with greater self-awareness, self-worth, self-trust, self-validation, self-care, self-love. These are all the Venus energies. And yet it may not yet be completely clear what is coming, what is true for you now, what you are moving towards. But we can trust that the energies are ready for us to begin to move forward, and that the new direction will become clear as we enter into this late part of January and move towards the energies of Imbolc, which in the Northern Hemisphere is the season where new life begins to grow, and we begin to see the beginnings of spring blossoming, the beginning of the energy starting to rise up out of the dreaming earth. And we see the snowdrops appear, and we see the first buds, and we begin later on in the season to see the blackthorn blossom appear in the hedgerows. And we get some indication that life is re-emerging, that the world is rebirthing, and that the energies are ready again to begin to pick up and move forward and be birthed anew. So we don't need to rush this process. We can trust the mystery. We can trust in the dreaming, which is where we are energetically here in the Northern Hemisphere. And we can draw up from that dreaming energy through our roots, from the belly of the earth, as we begin to prepare for rebirth and re-emergence. And we know that we can trust that process, and we don't need to rush that process. We know that the energy of Bridget, the goddess of this emerging energy at Imbolc, is coming with rebirth and renewal. And we can trust in that process to arrive when it is ready for us. And as the planets go direct, and as this energy rises, we may begin to feel more clarity and greater strength in ourselves. And that will carry us through this new cycle of the new year that we are entering into. So in our journaling practice today, I invite you to lean into that trust. We're going to reflect on what you are complete with, where you are ready to move forward in your life, and where you can lean into that trust, and how we can recognize often that those areas of our lives where we're being invited into greater trust, when we're being invited to be present with the unknown and stay in the unknown until we get new clarity, that can often we can feel discomfort there. We can feel discomfort in those areas. So I'm going to invite you to reflect on how you can support and nourish yourself to lean into the unknown through these next few days and weeks as the new life that we are co-creating and the new life that is being birthed through us begins to emerge and reveal itself more clearly. So I'm going to invite you now into this journaling practice today, this new moon journaling practice. And rather than being a strong invitation to set intentions, which we've been doing a lot of in the last few weeks, I want to invite you into the sense of where you are feeling clarity, and the sense of where you are leaning into trust, greater trust in the unknown, to create the space that's necessary for the new life and the new beginnings to emerge, trusting in the dreaming process that we've been in through these dark times, and allowing that space to reveal itself to you as it emerges in this, as we move into this phase of rebirth and renewal. So I invite you to have your notebook and pen close to hand, and then to settle into the energy of your body, sinking into your hips and feeling the support of the seat beneath you, deepening into your breath, breathing into the base of your belly, and allowing yourself to make a sound on the exhale. To breathe yourself into deeper relaxation, deeper presence into this moment. Letting go the distractions and the discomfort, and just being here now with your body and with your breathing. And I invite you to sense into the soles of your feet, and sending your roots down into the belly of the earth, and connecting in with the dreaming space deep in the roots, in the belly of the earth. And drawing up from the dreaming place a deeper sense of your own self-love, self-trust, self-care, and self-worth. And drawing up into yourself the nourishment of the deep and dreaming earth, into your own root and up into the base of your spine. And to call that nourishment up, allow the base of your spine to fill and be filled with the dreaming energy of the belly of the earth, connecting yourself in to the dreaming earth, and drawing that energy up into your sacral chakra, the sacred space, your womb space, your sex center, where the dreaming earth ignites your own passion, your own rebirth and regeneration, and drawing that energy up the fire center, your solar plexus, behind and above your navel, feeling the spark of new life, new earth rising, taking that energy up into your heart, feeling the expansion through your heart, like wings behind your shoulder blade, into your shoulders, down through your arms and out through your fingertips as you draw that energy now into your fingertips, picking up your pen and making a connection between your pen and the page, and allowing this connection to be whatever it will be. Before we come into words, we are making a physical connection with the page, and we're breathing. We're drawing up that dreaming from the belly of the earth through your roots and all the way up your spine to your heart center, and allowing that dreaming now to meet itself on the page, and however that wants to move on your page, giving yourself full permission to be present with your breath, pulling that energy up from the dreaming earth and out onto the page, feeling the physical movement of your pen on the page, feeling the physical connection between your hand, your body, the pen and the page, your breath, your roots down into the earth, and just being here, alive in this moment with everything that is present for you, everything that is moving through you, breathing, sensing, and feeling your connection into the belly of the earth, the dreaming earth, all the way up through your roots into your spine, the base of your spine, your belly, your dreaming belly, the fire in your solar plexus, your heart and the wings that spread from your shoulder blade. Being present here and now with the energy of this new moon, letting go with what is ready to complete as the dark moon sheds its shadow and we come into the new birth of this new moon in Aquarius, with the energy of the planets going direct, feeling yourself connected to this moment here and now, deep into the roots of the earth. Drawing that energy up into your throat and allowing this movement on the page to become words. And as this movement becomes words, think into what it is that you know you are complete with, where you have a strong sense of clarity that this is what I am done with. I no longer need to carry this energy or this connection or this relationship or this desire, this intention forward into my own rebirth. So allowing now the words to meet the page as you meet yourself in your own truth, what it is that you are ready to release, what you are clear that you are complete with, and allowing yourself to write what's there. This practice is for you and only you, and allowing yourself, giving yourself full permission to be true in this moment, meeting yourself on the page with courage and commitment to what is true for you, and breathing and feeling. And keep writing without judgment, without editing, and without censorship, and without stopping. Giving yourself as long as you need to be with this peace, this inspiration, this prompt, this question, this inquiry. What do I know that I am complete with? Giving yourself as long as you need to be with this. You can pause the video here if you have more that you want to write with. And when you feel ready, moving into the next part of the practice, where in my life do I feel ready to move forward? Where in your life do you feel ready to move forward? Where for you is the clarity already showing up, that you know you are ready to move in this new direction? And as we breathe, we draw the energy up even further, even higher, to that space between the eyebrows, the third eye center. And we're calling in the vision, the clarity of what you know you are ready to move into as these energies begin to rebirth through you in your own life. And breathing and feeling and trusting yourself with what is true for you in this moment. Meeting yourself on the page with clarity and courage. Where in your life do you feel ready to move forward? And trust what is coming. Trust what you already know. And if you need more time with this practice, feel free to pause the video and take as long as you need. And when you're ready, we move into the third part of this practice. Breathing into the fullness of your body, touching in with your hips in connection with the seat, your feet in connection with the earth, your roots down into the dreaming belly. And as you meet yourself on the page, the inquiry is, how can I support and nourish myself to lean into the unknown? How can I support and nourish myself to lean into the unknown? And breathing here, noticing and acknowledging any sensations that are arising, any discomfort you may be feeling, and letting that move through you onto the page. And if you want or need to return to moving the pen freely to help you move some of this sensation out of your body onto the page, then feel free. Go back to that practice, the initial practice of moving the pen across the page, and let that pen move with any sensations of discomfort you may be feeling. And as you call into yourself the nourishment of the earth beneath you, and calling upon the energy of Venus, which we can see quite clearly in the sky as the evening star at night. It is the brightest star above the horizon just after sunset, and you can look and connect with Venus above the sun and also just above where the moon is. Calling in a sense of your own self-worth. And how can you support and nourish yourself? How can you lean in to greater comfort and ease as you trust the unknown, the unfolding of life itself, rebirthing through you, through your energy, and through your body? Can you trust in life to show you and reveal itself to you how it wants to move? And feel free to take as long as you need with this particular inquiry, pausing the video if you need more time. And then bringing yourself gently back into connection with your body, allowing some movement, deepening of the breath, sighing out on the exhale. And maybe after this, doing whatever you need to do to ground your energy, stepping outside onto the earth, taking some nourishing food or drink, a long bath with some bath salts and essential oils, whatever is calling to you, the nourishment that you need to ground and center and stay present with what is unfolding for you right now. So I wish you well as we journey into the unknown and begin to connect more and more deeply and more fully with the energy of rebirth that is starting to arrive within the earth and within our lives. Thank you so much for joining me in this new moon journaling practice. I'm Sally-Shakti. You can find me on Instagram as Rewilding Writing. You can find me on Facebook at Writing and Thriving. And I look forward to connecting with you in any way that we come into this space of contact together. Sending you lots of love.